our great fortune that Sachipran Prabhu is also here today to bless us. And some devotees who were going to go away did not get to go. Radha Madhav stopped them. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Daya Gaura Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Daya Deva
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
आज सबकी नानी आई। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मायं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्त राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तुते। तप्त काञ्चन गौराङ्गी श्री राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो Vedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Desha Tarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottama Devim Saraswati Vyasa Tato Jaya Mudiraye Nashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttam Shloke Bhaktira Bhavati Neshtaki Hare Krishna. Thank you. Welcome to the Hare Krishna temple. So we have been doing this Bhagavad Katha for several days now. We have 3 days left. It is nice to see that for Ekadashi and or Friday there are more devotees here today. The devotees who are in the back, we would like to request them to move forward because today's program is going to be more of a discussion than a lecture. So a discussion across the hall would be a little difficult. Those devotees over there who are behind the chairs, please come in front of the chairs. There's lots of room. Kardam Muni Prabhu and Vipinji, if you come close to me, I will not bite you. I promise. Come up front here. Thank you. So yesterday we ended the class with the understanding of what is the goal of life, and the goal of life being devotional service. And why the goal of life is devotional service? Because devotional service will get us what? Devotional service will get us Krishna Prema. We serve someone because we love them, or if we love someone, we serve them. We do not say, I love you, but don't ever ask me to do anything for you. just verbal love. That's all. No. So in this chapter, in verses 8 to 12, Narad Muni, Devarshi Narad, has given 30 sutras or 30 principles that are to be followed, general principles, by all human beings to be a good human being. Because why do we need to be a good human being? First, we have to be a good human being before we can become a good bhakta or good devotee, right?
Good citizen of the
A good citizen.
city, society.
So first of all, we have to be a good person before we can become good devotee or dear to Krishna or come close to Krishna or any such thing. So for us to do that, there are 30 principles given by Devarshi Narad, and first of them, and just about the most important also, is truthfulness. Why should we be truthful? Can anybody tell us why we should be truthful? Don't everybody raise your hand all together, because I have trouble seeing everybody's hand. Sachipran Prabhu, shed some light on why we should be truthful.
Because of justice needs truthfulness.
Justice is truthfulness.
No, justice needs truthfulness. And human society is we are the consciousness, so if you are not truthfulness, you become dangerous.
Yes. We need to be truthful to be good, and if we're not truthful, we are dangerous. That's right. Anybody else can add to that? Mother, Mrs. Kardamuni, is your name Devahuti?
Yeah.
Oh, that's the right name. Why should we be truthful? Any gain by becoming truthful or remaining truthful?
Truthful and less misery for you.
Yes. So if you are truthful, you have more peace of mind. Yes, Ashutosh ji.
Is one of the pillar of our dharma.
One of the pillars of dharma is also truthfulness. So it must be something very important, is what he's trying to say. Anyone else can add to truthfulness? Why should we be truthful? Yes.
I want to say opposite to
Yes.
truthfulness,
Yes.
which is
Go ahead.
if you are not truthful means you are liar, right?
Yes.
And if you are liar, you have to remember always. And if you are truthful, you don't have to remember, so you don't have much burden on your brain, and you have more time to devote to Krishna.
Yes. And if you're a liar, then your nose grows. Right? What happens if you lie? Nose grows? That's why you have such a little one.
It's good for your own conscience if you're truthful.
If you're a liar, then your pants are on fire. So, It is the first quality to be a good human being. Because without it, nothing really matters. To give an example, somebody comes to you and asking for your daughter's hand in marriage for somebody they know, their son or their friend or whoever. And you ask them, what kind of qualities does this person have? I say, he has all the good qualities. Very good. Any bad qualities? No bad qualities. Does he consume liquor or any kind of intoxication? No, none whatsoever. Does he go to the bad places? No, never. Does he gamble? No. Does he eat meat? No, never. He doesn't eat. There must be something with your friend that is a vice. Oh, just a small one. Sometimes he lies. So everything we said before,
Is all.
what does that mean? Does it mean anything?
No.
Doesn't mean anything. It's like if you cannot breathe,
Nothing matters.
nothing matters. And it's like if you're not always truthful, then whatever you say
Doesn't matter.
doesn't mean anything. Or does it? So when you say something, do you want people to believe you? You want people to believe you. Why would people believe you? Because you're truthful. And if you're not, they will not believe you. No matter you're telling the truth. Like this Gadaria. Every morning he would shout and rise the whole village, say, Sher aa gaya, Sher aa gaya, Sher aa gaya. And the villagers will get up and get their stick or whatever they have and go to handle the sher, the tiger, so that the tiger doesn't come and eat up their animals. But there was no tiger, so they would come back. One day the tiger actually came, and this guy is shouting on top of his lunch, Sher aa gaya, Sher aa gaya, Sher aa gaya. Nobody came. And because he was shouting the most, Sher ate him up first. Let alone the animals. This one is making most noise. Let's shut him down. So, truthfulness is firm foundation upon which anything can be built. If there is no truthfulness, kind of a strong foundation, then a person's character cannot really be built. We have another question for you. Who's always truthful? Any raise of hands?
Krishna.
Appreciate the honesty. Well, of course, Krishna, even if he tells you the truth, even if he tells a lie, it becomes a truth because he is absolute truth. We're talking about the devotees. These qualities are not for Krishna. These qualities are for us.
Narada
No, among us. Volunteer yourself. How many are always truthful?
I like to be. I'm
One,
trying to be.
two,
And
Three.
it's a relative matter, bro. It's talking about, because nobody is absolute. here.
Absolute, right? Absolute.
Absolutely.
We know you love
But
it.
we are trying.
truth means truthfulness to the best of your knowledge.
Yeah, that's right.
It doesn't mean that you have to know the absolute truth. That okay, somebody asks you, do you think it's gonna rain tonight? And you say no, when it rains, that means you lied. That was a prediction or of some kind,
Yeah, that's right.
but that's not the truth. The truth is to the best of your knowledge. We're not fanatics. We're not talking about that kind of truth. We're talking about truth that,
In your own conscious kind of,
yes.
you know that.
So, how many of you who are not raising their hands are parents? So, how would you like to see your children turn out? Like this? You think if you are not truthful, your children will actually turn out to be truthful?
No.
Why not? There is no guarantee. They still may turn out to be better than you. But
You always follow parents.
we always should be setting the right examples for our children. There is the story about this chore, big thief, and after a long, long time, he was caught and sent to the prison. No, but at that time, if you are a big thief, you would be hanged to die. Dafa 302. So before he was given the death sentence or the death sentence was executed, he was asked, what is your last desire we can fulfill for you? Give us your last desire. He said, I want to see my mom. And they said, okay, reasonable enough. They got his mom brought over. So see, you can only talk to her in her ear, because we cannot leave you alone, we're going to be all around. And this guy goes and bites his mother's ear. They ask him, you trying to punish your mother? He said, yes, because the first time I stole something,
My mother.
my mother did not tell me that I did the wrong thing. I stole one pencil in kindergarten from another child, and I brought it home and I showed it very happily to my mother, and my mother said, okay, well, very good. So I turned out the way I turned out because of my mother. It's her fault. And I had to pay for it. Any mother here who wants to volunteer to be that mother? So, if we want our children to turn out good, we have to instill good values in them right from the beginning. And in order for us to instill good values into them, first we have to accept them ourselves. If we are not going to accept it and we're not going to be completely following, like Mahatma Gandhi. One mother came to Mahatma Gandhi and brought her little son, like Govinda over here. And this little boy, he wore glasses too. But he likes his sweets. So the mother said that Mahatma Gandhi, Bapuji, can you please tell my son to not eat sweets? And Gandhiji said, bring him next time, not today. So she couldn't argue with Bapuji. She brought him the next time. And Bapuji said to the boy very lovingly, please do not eat sweets. And that's it. End of the story. And the mother said, Bapuji, you could have said this to him the other day. Why did you call me again? So until that day I was eating sweets too. So I had no right to tell him. I have given up the sweets myself. Now I can tell him, no more sweets. So we need to set a good example for our children. We need to set a good example for ourselves. We need to set a good example for being Krishna conscious devotees. We need to set a good example for being initiated devotees or bhaktas or anybody who's related with this wonderful movement called the International Society for Krishna Consciousness, and so on. We have so much responsibility here. So we have no choice but to become truthful. How can we do it? Can somebody tell us? Mataji raised her hand saying that she is truthful. How can you do it when all of us, the rest of the hall, cannot do it? How can you do it?
Be open and communicate with transparency, whatever you have to say. I know I get into a lot of trouble, but
But better trouble speaking the truth
then
than trouble speaking a lie.
that's right. That's what I believe in.
Basinji, you also raised your hand. Can you share some wisdom with us?
I have told you, if you lie, you have to remember.
Okay,
It's
that's
better
very
not to lie. If you second time you may forget what you said.
Yes.
So the truth comes out. It's better not to lie.
And in order to hide one
You have to lie.
false, you have to
Lie again.
lie so many times. And in order to hide one truth, what do you have to do? You can keep repeating the truth. Okay. Give us an example when you were put in the difficult circumstances because of speaking the truth. That was the next question.
With the family.
You already started it, so here is the question for you.
Within the family, I'm like a black sheep because I open up and speak the truth,
So you are put in the bad situation. Is
Not-
there something you can share, an example? We don't want family secrets, just an example that people can see and learn from.
Just they always say that why you have to open up your mouth and say like this, So I said, we were given this character in childhood, like you said, Gandhi Bapu. We used to follow Gandhi Bapu. And my mother always said that good character is something we will be proud of. And even when you get married and go somewhere, if you have a good character, then you will shine. And we always used to sing this prayer in the family. Satya ej Parmeshwar sachu tu bol Ishwar dekhase tane santo na call. So that was like our family.
So speaking the truth, you will shine, no matter you're shining as a black sheep, but you're shining.
Yeah.
There is a lot of merit to what Mataji is telling us. And I hope it's 100% truth. I cannot confirm, but it's our own heart that knows the truth and what is not. And that is important because we can lie to the whole world. We cannot lie to ourselves. We cannot lie to God. And these are the only two people who actually matter. Does anybody else matter other than you yourself and God? Does anybody else matter any more than these two personalities? You yourself and God. Nobody else really matters any more than this. And both these people you cannot lie. Then what is the point? What is the point? You cannot lie to yourself, you cannot lie to God. Everybody else is less important. So which regulative principle is the truthfulness related to? Can anybody tell us? We have 4 regulative principles. Gambling, no speculation, no gambling. Who said that? You're supposed to raise your hand, Prabhuji. No gambling, no speculation is the regulative principle that the truthfulness is connected to. And if you do not lie, your pants will not go on fire. Number 2 is mercy. Which one of the regulative principles is mercy connected to? 4 regulative principles. One of them mercy is connected with, other than Kulbhushan. Prabhuji piche wale. No meat eating is what the mercy is connected to. And why we should be merciful? We want to hear from the younger devotees. Less than 10, less than 12, less than 15. Don't everybody raise your hands all together. Less than 20, less than 21, 22, 25, okay, less than 100. Why should we be merciful? Does it help us in any way? Does it help us? What aspect does it help to be merciful?
We can understand the pain of others if we are merciful.
You understand the pain of others, and that's why we're merciful. But why should we be merciful?
I think it makes us more humble.
Makes us more humble. Also, what goes around comes around.
Do what karma we are doing. Every action has a reaction. Right?
Yes, every action has a reaction. So if we're not merciful to others, then
No one is merciful to us.
the system will not be merciful back to us. Do we like to be treated with mercy?
Yes.
Then we should give. Charity begins at home. What we want to receive, we should give. We cannot say, I want you to love me. Would it work? No. What do I have to do? Yes. You give and give and give and give and give. And then hope that it will come back. If it doesn't, then go back to rule number 1. Give and give and give. Because करत करत अभ्यास के बहुमति होत सुजात रसरी आवत जात रे सिर पर पड़त. So unless if you've fallen in love with a stone on the side of the road, anybody else would understand. So what we want to receive, we should give. We want to receive mercy, we should give mercy. If we don't give, it will not come back. It's like love. We do not give love, nobody will love us. I don't want to love nobody, but I want everybody to love me. Would it work? If I want everybody to love me, I should be offering to love everybody first. Then it is even possible. We can even think about it. Before that, there is no point. So that is why we should be merciful. And what if I am not? Then I don't expect it. Next is number 3, and that is austerity. What is austerity? Look at these guys. They are austere. They are going to Vanvas. The middle one is Sita. She is very happy that she is going to Vanvas. Ram is a little grumpy about it, but Lakshman is also feeling pretty happy. They are going to perform austerities in the forest for 14 years. They are going. What is austerity? This is austerity. Which one of the regulatory principles is austerity? Who says? Vedvyas Prabhu? No intoxication is austerity? Okay, can you explain why?
Sometimes you want to say, for example, you want to do drink something. Even say Ekadasi day, you want to drink something, and which you cannot do. So that way, isn't it austerity? That okay, today because today is Ekadasi, I cannot drink that.
What about non-Ekadashi days? You go ahead and drink. We're talking intoxication here. We're not talking soft drinks.
But there are drinks which are not allowed, like say Pepsi, Cola, things like that, which has the.
But they're not allowed on non-Ekadashi days either. I think we're learning something new today. Somebody's drinking. Where is the relation in austerity and intoxication? There has to be a relation somewhere. Intoxication and austerity. Where is the relation other than Kulbhushan? Yes, Rajkumar ji.
No illicit sex.
The other things.
No. Intoxication and austerity. Where is the connection? Yes.
No, I think intoxication is basically coming from the urge of the mind and the body. I mean, austerity here says, sorry, if it's wrong, don't do it. That's where it lies.
Duras,
I was gonna say something like that.
I didn't hear that very clearly.
Oh, to resist the urge of doing something that would make you feel good.
Ashutosh ji,
Yeah,
You raised yours.
intoxication, yes. Intoxication could be happen so many different ways in material world. So get rid of those kind of thing is not only just drinking thing or whatever. It could be material temptation. You get entangled with this and then you get intoxicated. Or to enjoy the materially, to get your sense to be involved in that.
anybody else? Everybody gave very good answers and right answers. But more directly to understand the relation between intoxication and austerity is to understand why people use intoxicants. I am the wrong person to explain it, but I have heard the explanation from others, so that's why I am explaining. Because I have never used any intoxicant, so I don't know what it is like. I cannot tell from personal experience. But I am told by senior acharyas, this is how they explain the connection between tapasya and intoxication. Is people use intoxicants to forget what they have to deal with or put aside what they have to deal with and divert, go to the other side. Rather than face the fact, I drink. Because if I don't, then I have to face it. I don't want to face it, so I just drink and knock myself out.